So yo, what up YouTube? Today I'm doing a video on like my favorite 1990s anime, or say 1990s. I'm trying to look at my list right now. One or two of them is from earlier than 1990, so it's gonna be pre-2000s anime, and it's not gonna be a top 5 list like what I've been doing a lot of lately. It's gonna be just a general anime that everybody should fucking watch because it's the shit. But yeah, with that being said, I think we should just go ahead and get started. But I'm going to talk about a little bit like why I wanted to do this, because I've always been a fan of anime, my whole life. My first experiences with anime probably came, like mid to early 90s. Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, stuff like that. I didn't actually get to watch some of these anime until I became an adult, until like I was in my, early to mid 20s, and then I kind of went back and then research some of those older anime. So it's like a lot of these still hold up. I mean, let's be real. If they're a good show, they still hold up. I mean, like Cowboy Bebop is on my list of things. I'm not going to talk about it a lot because everybody knows how epic Cowboy Bebop is, and I feel like I would just be beating a dead horse at that point. But I'm going to talk about some that are epic, some that like I'm just going to touch on and be like, yo, if you haven't seen it, just watch it. The hype's real type things. With that being said, I'm going to take a sip of my adult beverage and we'll get after it. So I'm going to break out the list for this. So I'm just going to touch on a couple of these real quick. These are the ones that everybody needs to watch. Everybody's probably already watched. So, Dragon Ball, the whole, Dragon Ball Z, that's just the whole franchise is just as epic, deserves all the acclaim that it has. Great one. Cowboy Bebop, like I said earlier. Trigun, I'm going to talk a little bit about because I've watched Trigun probably 3 times, and it's an awesome show. That's just what I'm going to be at. I've only watched Cowboy Bebop once, and so that kind of shows how much I like Trigun. But another one that I actually just watched fairly recently, that is another huge epic one. It's actually getting a live action movie here pretty soon in Japan, is Rurouni Kenshin, which that one, I think Rurouni Kenshin is amazing all the way up until the last arc. I wasn't a big fan of the last arc. I hope that's not too big of a spoiler, but for me, it was just a fantastic show that I really, really enjoyed. Another one on this list that I want to talk about real quick is Neon Genesis Evangelion. I think it's worth the watch just to see what all the hype's about. I actually just watched it last year for the first time ever. I'm gonna be honest, wasn't that too... I didn't like the ending of it. I haven't honestly finished the OVAs, so like the movies or anything, so I need to watch those before I give my 100% opinion on why you should watch it. I thought it was like super great up until those last like 4 or 5 episodes, but everything else was just like a really introspective dive into humanity almost. So I really enjoyed that. My puppy doesn't like the trash bag very much, so gotta wait. Yep, see? Since we're so rudely interrupted, let's get back to it. So, think I just finished talking about Neon Genesis Evangelion. Yu Yu Hakusho, is that what I was talking about? That's what we're going with. So, Yu Yu Hakusho is honestly my #1 favorite pre-2000s anime. It is amazing. Yo, Yusuke is such... The 4 main characters in the show are just like epic guys that play off each other so well. The whole show is amazing. Like, I don't really get into like the spiritual-esque type animes, like, oh, I'm dead and this is the afterlife and this is what's going on. I really, really enjoyed Yu Yu Hakusho. When I started it a few years ago for the first time, I could not stop watching it. I literally sat there for, I'd go to work, come home, watch it, go to work, come home, watch it. It went on forever until I finished the show. I loved it. There was not like a dull moment for me. It was just super enjoyable. Take it for a grain of salt. Remember, it is an older anime. With all of these, you got to remember about the art style. It's not as new and as modern as it is now. But if you can get over that, you're going to love the show. So, with that being said, this is going to be me signing off. I just want to put a quick video up midweek. I'm going to have Gintama episode 2 reaction up this weekend, hopefully. So, with that being said, man, everyone stay cool and let's watch some more anime. Also, if there's any anime on this list that I might have forgotten, you can totally leave it in the comments below. And if it's something I haven't seen yet, that's great because then I want to watch it. And then who knows, someone might be reading through the comments, never seen that either, and thought it was great. So these lists are just more just for people just to check out, be able to watch out or check out some new anime, have some fun, and get to talk about some shows they love. So now with that being said, I'm gonna deuce out. Y'all have a good night, guys. Keep watching anime.